The Phantom Toll Booth. Now, the Phantom Toll Booth is actually not about a phantom in a toll booth. Or is it, eh? Well, let me explain. Phantoms are... Wait, why am I explaining all this? I can just tell you it all! Now, let me explain the story to you. The Phantom Toll Booth is a pretty old story. It's from 1961, and it's by a very old author named NORTON JUSTER. This book, a particular edition, is illustrated by Jules Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, apparently that's his name. And this actually works out pretty well. There's lots of interesting characters in here that you probably like to meet. And I'm gonna get scrabbled around my words. Probably you didn't understand that. Now, I just messed up saying scrambling my words. So let's get to start with. Now, there's not actually a phantom in the story. Unless, like, the person who gave the toll booth to Milo is a phantom. But whatever, or whoever gave Milo his toll booth is just probably the Phantom, because he has no idea what it looks like. Also, I'm pretty sure that signature on the bottom basically says Phantom. We never see the signature, as it just says the signature was a bunch of smushed stuff, and we are never shown it in the illustration. And the toll booth itself is pretty interesting. You know, like in Doctor Who, they're all like beep boop beep bop beep boop beep bop beep boop beep bop beep, and they go travel through time, whether it's the future or the past. And Doctor Who meets like several Doctor Who's, his past Doctor Who, his future Doctor Who, those kinds of things. Well, this is basically the Phantom of Toll Booth, except it's a toll booth, and instead of time travel, it's dimensional travel. Apparently, the Earth isn't the only planet in the whole solar system, according to him. Apparently, he doesn't think learning is a pretty good idea. In fact, he thinks learning new things, like math and calculus, those kinds of things, are useless, because he's never going to use them in his entire life. Back to the story, though. The Phantom Toll Booth itself is a pretty important story, too, because it teaches us a pretty important moral. The value and the price of time. We have 365 days a year, 366 days a year in leap years, like this one, 2024. We have about 12 months. No, not about, exactly 12 months every year, about 28 to 31 days every month. We have about 4 weeks per month, 7 days per week, and 24 hours per day, and 60 minutes in 1 hour, and 60 seconds in 1 hour, 1,000 milliseconds in 1 second, and so on. We just keep going and going and going. In fact, that's all pretty interesting too. There's always infinity, and it's an infinite direction too. So let me explain this. Dictionopolis is a place where it's not a big fan of numbers, as the owner of the other place is in control, and that guy is basically just you. Let me explain. Okay, let me do this whole analogy again. So he goes through, and there's this guy who I claim the whole land! This whole continent! This whole island is mine! Apparently it's already inhabited by demons. They're like, we hate this guy, all right? Aye. Those who hate this guy, holds up a photo of the conqueror, say aye, or raise your hand. Aye! And everyone said aye and raised their hand. Good job. Now, how about we all do an alliance to go ahead and drive this guy out? And they're like, aye! Yes, let's do it. And the demons created the largest army in demon history, and they all went ahead to go ahead and defeat this god. Well, not exactly god, but this apparent warrior. However, they all got lost, and some of them stayed behind to recover, while others were just like, we have no idea what happened to them. Next up that seemed to be on the agenda, though, was that after that sort of happened, there's lots of other new things that could happen here too. Milo himself, when he entered the toll booth with his little toy vehicle car, actually came into a world of music, sounds, and everything. It was everything his wildest dreams could have imagined for, except for one tiny deal. He couldn't play for the queen, as apparently he needed a higher rank, and so one day he finally got a higher rank, and it actually ran him, well, pretty well. Now, let me explain about time more. You probably get why we should stop wasting it. Time is a precious commodity. Not everyone can live forever. In fact, some people will live shorter than others. Fruit flies will have like one of the shortest lifespans. Hamsters will also have one of the shortest lifespans if a snake didn't catch it yet. Like ABC stuff, like ABC groups, the ads, the dams, or whatever, Addams Family, they're all pretty much useless here too, because they've got no right too. The Phantom Tollbooth itself is a destination to either a holy destruction or holy creation. So all Norton Juster has to make Milo do is drink the stuff and make everyone come back, right? Well, it's not as easy as you think. Apparently, it is possible to do that, like bring everyone back, but it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. That kind of thing. Now, when the watchdog himself came here, he was pretty pissed off that Milo stopped him for a ride. But then again, he, being a generous man that he was, basically was a person who just decided that, yay, you know what? We're gonna stay here. And kept wasting time. The whole field started wasting time, and then suddenly everyone just stopped looking at the streets, the glass, and all those eventually faded away as they were cut and remarkable. And so, if there's one thing I learned from Norton Juster's The Phantom Tollbooth, it's that you should not waste time at all. Time is an essential commodity in our everyday lives. It's more important than money. You spend time, but you should not waste it on petty things. Time is not an illusion. It is a measure. And that measure will get you somewhere. Because every time you do something on time, you will be the best version of yourself. That's basically what I will say, what I learned from Norton Juster's The Phantom Tollbooth. I really hope you guys actually enjoyed this episode and probably learned a little about not being scared of being in the dark all alone. But I guess, until next time, people, stay phantom. Haha, good joke. Is it? Nah. See you guys soon. Bye.